All right, you guys, so today we are going to be continuing with our project. You can see I've got it all outlined. That's optional. You didn't have to outline it, but you can. Then you have to decide, how am I going to color this? Are you watercoloring it, painting it, color pencils? I'm choosing markers. They're just so bright and so fun. And I'm going to show you how to use markers in a way that it's going to make it look professional too, not like, you know, like a first grader colored in. So we're not going to use our markers like this, which is kind of like, you know, as we grow up, that's kind of how we do it. But instead, I'm going to show you how to do it in a way that makes it look just really, really nice. So notice how I'm holding my marker kind of to the side, not straight up and down. And that way it gives me a little bit wider edge as I'm going here. And I'm going to almost, the best way I can describe this, you guys, is as if you're putting, like making a lasagna and you're putting one layer of flat noodle over the next layer of flat noodle. I have been craving lasagna, which is why I think this is the only example my brain was able to come up with. There's probably better ones out there, but hey, lasagna is winning in my head today. So let me show you what that looks like then. Up a little bit closer. Let's see if that can focus in a little bit. So you can see it just looks really, really nice and clean, which is what we want, okay? So my job, my necessary job between this class and next class, our last one for this project, is going to be to get this all colored in. And I've got my template here to kind of help me remember how I wanted to color it in, or maybe I want to change some things up. The other thing that we need to do is think about, what do we want for the candy wrapper in the corner? Because tomorrow we're going to cut this out. We're going to glue it down here, but we also want the candy wrapper in the corner. Depending on what direction your shoe is facing in will depend on what corner it goes in. So we're going to be cutting these out, gluing them down. So, do you actually have the candy? Because then what you can do is just simply cut this out, and then once again, glue it down in the corner once your shoe's down there. Otherwise, another option would be to draw it out up here. So if you've got that time and you're like, I'm having fun, I want to create more art, go ahead and draw that out. And just like you colored this in and outlined it, if you wanted to, do the same thing, but just make it simply like a rectangular or oval or whatever shape you decide to go with candy wrapper. Draw it up here, and you can cut it out that way. If you're like, okay, well, I don't have time to draw it out because I need to finish my shoe still, and that's going to take me a lot of time, and I don't have the time to draw another one, and I didn't buy the candy wrapper, now what do I do? So the third option would be then to go onto Google, print out a colored image of the candy wrapper, and then once again just cut it out, and tomorrow we'll glue it down here. And then don't forget, once we have these both colored in, cut out, and glued down, let me pop over to a different view here. We're going to want to upload it into the Hall of Frame as well, so don't forget about that step too. But once again, that's tomorrow. I will see you all then.